Ladies and gentlemen, we sit down with the king and queen of reselling promotion.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker, followed by the bearded one, Alex, the Beard King Picker. And guess who's in the locker room? We have Mike and Mary. Oh, it's such a joy, guys.
Mary.
What's going on, guys? Hey, we don't have an intro music anymore?
No, we got flagged on copyright, so I got
Again?
rid of it. Yeah.
For which one?
We didn't have it the last three.
Yeah,
we didn't have intro music the last 3 or 4 actually, because we got flagged for copyright use, and we don't want to share the daggone revenue.
I'm 100% sure we had an intro music every episode.
Nope. Go back and watch. Did we have intro music, guys?
You haven't been watching, Alex.
I don't watch. What, you think I'd watch this show? Come on.
I do.
Yeah. We're gonna have to make our own intro music with like harmonicas and or kazoos. Let's get kazoos, Ben, and we can make a intro out of kazoos.
Yeah, man. Let's do that.
It'll be unique.
Right. It'd be like another episode of Pee-wee's Playhouse. You know?
We have a lot to jump into this episode, but first I do want to rip something off with the Band-Aid and just get it out of the way. Chris Easy Pickens has left the show, but we do have a replacement introducing our new member. Woody, the reseller. Our new host.
Woody.
He's here.
My viewers, my new subscribers, thank you so much.
But if you guys have any questions to Chris, leave them down in the comments. But let's jump into the episode now.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've had the ambassador, Mr. Mike Camparelli, right up here. He's been on an episode in previous past talking about the new Metco meetups, got the YouTube channel going, got it all on social media platforms going. Mike, tell the viewing audience the latest addition to the Metco meetups enterprise.
Well, I'm very happy to announce, and you are looking right at her. My sweetheart, Mary McQueen, has graced my presence by being my co-host. I approached Mary a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it might be a good idea because to have a little, in addition to my podcast, is for a number of reasons. I won't go into all the details, but she's been a big help. But just as a presence, and Mary and I are kind of like cut from the same cloth. I mean, we have been identified as the two biggest supporters of the reseller community, and I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
and, we share a lot of commonalities, and since we get along so well, I said, Mary, would you like to be my co-host? And she said yes. And what a co-host she is, because she brought so much to the table, more than I expected. I just thought Mary being bubbly Mary, everyone's sweetheart, everyone is crazy about Mary, and I thought it would just be a no-brainer. I mean, I would just, right from having her on as my co, it would be a plus. But, I didn't realize at the time when I made that offer that she is a master promoter. She has promoted, bands and things like this, and the Warrior Jam. I'll let her go into the details.
Okay.
How did you guys meet? How did you meet, though?
Where
did it come about?
We happened to meet at the Airbnb at Crossville. Well, actually, we met at the bowling tournament, right?
Our bowling tournament.
Your bowling tournament. Yeah, we met at the Crossville, the 127 meetup. That was
at the bowling event where we spent 30 minutes trying to track you down because you wandered off.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, folks, in case y'all didn't watch any of the highlight videos of 127, we got to the bowling alley. The locker room sponsored this event before the actual meetup took place. We get to the bowling alley. Everybody's pumped. We're excited. We get out of the cars. We go in. We get settled in. I start looking around. I'm like, where is Mike?
And then I walk alone.
Yeah. I went in every bathroom in that facility. I went in outside and walked the parking lot looking at all the vehicles because I couldn't remember whose vehicle he rode in. And I'm like, he's gone. We just got to go in and not tell everybody.
We didn't leave him at the house. I thought we left him at the house.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And he turns out, it turns out he walked down. How far did you walk?
It was far. And since you brought it up, I'm gonna, in my own defense and towards your, wonderful presence, I went out to the store, right? And the girl at the checkout said it's it's a gas station right across the street, so I'm gonna go. But I knew you guys, and I know that if I was going to be gone more than like 2 minutes, the care that you had for me and the concern, it was going to put everyone in a panic. So I thought, and I'm not going to throw Jason under the bus again, but I thought that I was making the right announcement that, look, if anyone is looking for me, which they will, they certainly will, know that I went out to the store and I'll be right back.
You told Jason that, and Jason said, "That's cool."
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's all he said.
And he said nothing about it the whole time we were looking for you.
I love Jason. He's a great talker, not as great a listener.
And that's why we hired Mary to take after you at this meetup.
She's your handler.
Yeah. So, like I said, I came back. Everyone was in like a panic, and he says, "God damn, I knew this would have happened," and that's why I made what I thought was made the appropriate preparations.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem, man.
That's not cool.
You you walked a half a mile to the store for cigarettes.
Yep.
You could have just said to whoever you were riding with, who was it you was riding with?
I don't remember who I came. I think Shane.
You should have said, dude, pull over here at this station. Let me get some cigarettes on the way to the bowling alley, man.
Yeah, no, like I said, when I went out, I went out under the premise that the gas station was like right across the street, which it wasn't. And then I asked someone across the street, where's the closest place? It was down the block. Anyway, long story short, it ended up being, I was gone about 45 minutes. So, I realized that.
God, it was that. But memories. What good times. But anyway, we'll shut the door on that story. But Mary, welcome to the locker room.
Thank you.
What we want to do is first share what your responsibilities in this enterprise with Mike is about, what you're doing, what you plan on doing, what's your whole end of handling business over here.
Okay. I am going to be helping with the interviews on the channel, and I run the Facebook and the Instagram. So everybody, please go and follow those if you care to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's, and then I won't be at as many of the meetups as Mike, but I'm going to go to whatever I can go to.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a big help.
All right.
So much more than just that. She's very understated. I've learned that. She's very sincere and quiet and unassuming, but this girl is a powerhouse. I got to tell you. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
So anyone messaging, we know we're talking to Mary now, not Mike.
Yeah, I found that out tonight.
I don't even know how to get on Facebook. I mean, when Mary told me that Ben dropped the link on Facebook Messenger, I said, "Oh shit, I don't know how to get to Facebook Messenger." So she texted me with the link. So there you go.
I sent the link to Metco Meetups on Instagram, and then I get a message. Did you send this to Mike? And I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was talking to Mike. This is Mary. Oh, this is going to be a lopsided deal here, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that the biggest plan for the channel? Like interviewing people at the meetups, or like how do you? That's going to be a separate video, and then every day you're going to make a video of the meetup.
Yeah, before the meetups, we'll be interviewing the people who are in charge of the meetups, and then there will be coverage at the meetup, and then there will be kind of the after meetup coverage.
You're going to do the behind the scenes after party meetup.
They won't be doing any of that at our after parties.
Yeah. None of that kind of stuff, but just about the meetup itself.
Yeah,
we'll be covering the bowling tournaments and the miniature golf and stuff like that, and like the garage sales and the thrift stores. Like one of the next ones coming up that I'll be at is the Planes to Profit, and they have like they're renting out a bus for thrifting. So all 50 of us are going to get in this bus and drive around town to the garage sales and the thrift stores, and that's cool. I think that's a novel idea, and we'll be covering that and among other other things whenever we're at the restaurants and interviewing the speakers if they're speakers and having little interviews with the attendees, asking them how they're liking it or whatever, and stuff like that.
Well,
many-
well, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
I was gonna say, how many meetups do you guys have planned to go together so far that are coming up?
So far, just one. Right.
Just one. Which one is that?
The
Nashville?
Nashville. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm planning on going to the Nashville one. Yeah.
Yeah, I
'Cause
plan
that's
on.
like a
I
6
might.
hour drive.
I might show up. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you guys show up.
Hey, let me ask you. I mean, obviously, with Mary's taking over all the social media aspects of things, because Mike, you're not that proficient yet in those instruments. Do you guys plan to do a podcast setup and do some live stuff on your channel from the meetups?
I think so. Yep. Planning on doing that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be good if you could do that.
Just one other
All right.
thing to learn. Like, I know nothing. You know, I'm just by the seat of my pants at this point. And
You know nothing. You know nothing, and Alex has nothing. So that's a marriage made in heaven right there, right?
I got nothing.
And I'll clarify when I said the after meetup, I meant like after everybody goes home, just kind of a wrap up. Yeah, not
wrap up.
not the after parties.
Yeah. That's private. That's private paid membership footage.
That's right.
yeah, I'll do that for my home. And, like, you know,
There will be
like,
a Nashville after party here in the basement.
Yeah. Well,
I might have to clean my space if I have people over.
yeah, you're going to have to get a lot of that stuff out of the floor, Hoss. You're going to have people falling everywhere.
I'll just make everyone list one item each. That you can
Make-
come to the party, but you got to list one item in my eBay store.
that's,
Just
that's
make
a good
a
idea.
path. Make a path big enough for you to move 2 feet perpendicular through the stuff.
Yeah, no setting drinks on the books.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Well, let's switch gears here, folks. We want to, check out these guys on YouTube. You can watch Soda City Social. They appeared on that. By the time you watch that, they were on the live on Monday night. This will be coming out Thursday. When you see this, go back and watch that over there on Shane's channel, and you can catch up on all that material there. But what Alex and I have been really wanting to do, and it's going to be very good for the viewers, is Mary, tell us all about who you are, what you're about. Just put it out there.
Yeah, how did you get involved with all this reselling stuff?
Yeah.
I started selling just my own stuff. I just had too much stuff. And so I was selling in Facebook groups, and then I started selling on eBay, and I was mostly doing auctions at that time. I guess that was like 2011, 12. Yeah, 2011, 12, something like that. And so I was mainly selling that way. And then I started watching people on YouTube. I was looking for other side hustles because I was trying to get out of debt also.
Mhm.
So I found a couple people on YouTube. I found Primetime Treasure Hunter. I found Thrift Shop Hustler. I found Rake and Profit. Because we're going back.
.com.
Huh?
RakeandPocket.com.
Yeah, right. That's right. Back in the green room days, that. So I wanted side hustles also, and those like Thrift Shop Hustler, he was doing merch by Amazon. So I thought, well, I'll give this a shot. How hard could this be? You just design something, and they shoot they make it at Amazon, and then they ship it out. And then I realized I wasn't very creative, and that wasn't going to work out. And then people were copying my designs, like literally copying them to the T. And then
Wow.
they were undercutting me like completely. I thought, I'm spending this time. I can't even make any money on this. I mean, some people make great money, but being that I wasn't creative and people were copying me is like, okay. But Chris also is a reseller. And so I'm like, well, I'm selling my own stuff. Maybe I can buy something to sell. And so that's when I started buying stuff at the thrift stores, and I started selling that on eBay. And so that just grew and, just kind of grew. And then eventually I worked full time this whole time. I'm a legal admin for a chemical company, and I've been there for 27 years now. Yeah, this is my 27th year. Yeah. So, but it was a good side hustle. But I mean, when I was getting out of debt, I was walking dogs. I mean, and I wasn't, 20 years old walking dogs. I mean, I was out in thunderstorms walking these dogs, and then of course the reselling, and then I do online sales for another company also, and so I was just doing whatever I could. So
Doing everything.
yeah.
Wow.
I was working all kinds of different jobs when I was raising my kids because I wanted to be there for them. So I wasn't working at like one full-time job. I
Yeah.
was working a bunch of different jobs so I could be, get them off to school, get them off the bus, get them to gymnastics, go see the tennis, da 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 da.
Oh yeah.
Anybody who's raising kids knows that. So I was doing side hustles before they were even called side hustles, because I had my son in 87 and my daughter in 91. So, it's not like we weren't selling online back then, obviously. So,
right.
So yeah. And then eventually, I just kept on selling on eBay. And then I started watching more YouTube videos, and then I started commenting in the YouTube videos, and actually, people were starting to recognize me, and like I said on another video, Primetime Treasure Hunter, he's my oldest friend in reselling, and I was following him when he had just gotten 3,000 subs, and he's got, I don't know, like 70,000 subs now or something.
Yeah.
So he was the person that I told when I sold my first resold my first item. He was the person that I messaged. I'm like, guess what?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that? Do you remember the first item? What it was?
It was an animal figure, animal from the Muppets.
Oh, okay. The drummer.
Yeah,
Animal.
and I gotten it at the thrift store, but it was in the aisle with all the new stuff, the Target clearance stuff, and I didn't realize that back then. So it was a whole aisle of Target clearance, and I had bought it, and I don't think I made a lot on it, but it was still really exciting. So
So are you still on the eBay platform?
No, eventually I was still selling on eBay in 2020 and 2021, but I think it was around 2021 that I also started selling on Mercari. And then I wound up just going to Mercari. And then in 2024, I started selling on Poshmark. So yeah, I actually don't even sell on eBay anymore, but that's definitely where my roots were.
Wow. So
Why did you leave eBay? What is the reason behind that?
I have to be honest. I got so annoyed we Italians are known for patience, and I just got so annoyed with all the item specifics. It was taking me.
You don't have to fill those out.
no.
You don't need a description or anything. Just put pictures there. In the description just said, "Look at the pictures, idiot." That's what you're buying.
But then
you get the stupid questions. Well, does it come with this? And I'm like, what you see is what you get.
Picture? Yeah, is it in the picture? I just started doing the merch by Amazon. It's funny you mentioned that. So you can go to my Amazon and buy this shirt right here. I copied his shirt. Now I'm selling Woody.
That shocks me, Mary. It shocks me with your answer about item specifics, because I just knew you were going to say you're sick and tired of lowball offers,
that's
stupid
exactly
questions, stupid questions and returns.
Yeah, I didn't have a huge problem with returns, but when they started adding all those item specifics, and ask me if I'm ever not working full time, but since I have a full-time job, and this is basically for savings and retirement and for going on trips and things, it's just, I was just annoyed, and it wasn't fun for me anymore. And I really wanted it to be fun, and I can list so much faster on Mercari and Poshmark. Now, granted, there aren't like 90 billion people or however many people are on eBay on those platforms. There are quite a few on Poshmark. I mean, that's become my biggest platform. It was Mercari for a long time, but Poshmark's become my biggest platform.
Well, tell us about. Go ahead, Alex.
Are you selling mostly clothes on Poshmark, or because
I
used to sell only clothes, but I don't. Can you sell other things on Poshmark?
Yeah, I'm not a clothes seller at all. I mean, I've sold a couple jerseys, maybe, or concert T-shirts, because I finally decided I wasn't going to ever wear them. Yeah, but I'm not a clothes seller at all.
But you're still a posh boss.
Yeah, I'm a posh boss. But I still sell on Mercari. They just changed they went back to kind of sort of how their old fee structure was yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, so, Mike, you're just eBay with
eBay only. Yep.
Yeah, that's just me too. Yeah. Go ahead, Alex.
I don't know what it's gonna say. I don't know. Mike, you should become a Posh Boss too.
I don't know what that is, but tell me what it's all about. And
I have no idea. You get these stupid little. I know you get like a Posh Ambassador after you get a certain amount of sales, and Posh
Titles?
Boss. I don't know. There's some little titles they give away. This kind of weird platform.
I'm a Posse ambassador too.
Oh, so you're level 2. I'm only level 1 over there, but I haven't sold anything. I sold something like 2 days ago, and I already sold it on eBay because I never even check it. I just had to cancel it.
Oops. I do remember to delete it off the other platform. That is one thing I've never got. There was one time, well, actually when I was selling on Facebook Marketplace shipping back before shipping on Facebook Marketplace kind of died. I don't know if you guys ever did that, but I loved Facebook Marketplace shipping, but it just died. It died for everybody, it seems like.
I've never tried it.
Well,
Yeah,
my question, Mary, is Macari has been infamous lately about changing their policies.
Flip-flops.
Mhm.
How have you navigated through that mess? I mean, it's one way for a while and then they flip it back. Tell us about that.
Well, when they made the buyers pay the fees back in, I think that was around the time I started on Poshmark, actually, which wound up being a really good thing because Mercari sales did suffer. I mean, I've still had sales, but they have suffered. I actually lowered all my prices by 10% when they started charging the buyers the fees, and then I wasn't going to, but yesterday I did wind up having them increase my prices yesterday when the fees went back to the seller. I don't know though. I'm gonna mess with it, but otherwise, I mean, I just list as normal and I ship. I'm typically a same day or 1 day shipper, and so I kept everything I was doing as far as listing and shipping. And I did mess with the prices just a little bit though.
Well, did you attend the Mike Camparelli School of Customer Service, Mary?
I'm actually, I'm pretty good with that.
I'm certified now.
An annoying question, I always answer the questions. Mercari actually, they like that. They want you to respond. Even if somebody says thank you, I send a smiley face, or or say you're welcome or something. But yeah. Now I don't send 3 messages like Mike does. I think that's great, but I don't happen to do that. I do on Mercari. I send a message to say thank you when they buy it. But that and then I answer any questions. But on Poshmark, I actually don't send a message, but I always enclose just a little piece of paper and say thank you for all my shipments. I just put usually some seasonal, cute little notebook paper I have. Whatever season it is. Like right now I'm sending snowmen.
Oh yeah. Alex got is that 2
in a row.
sales, boy?
Yeah, 2 in a row.
Woo!
Boom, I heard it click through twice.
I didn't hear it because I was yapping.
That's
so. What are you selling mostly on Poshmark? If you're not, when I think of Poshmark, I always think of clothes selling.
Yeah,
so
me too.
What else sells on that platform for people that don't sell on that platform like me? Would it be worth my time listing books on Poshmark? Or hard goods or
hard goods? Yeah,
hard goods.
A lot of what I do is retail arbitrage. Now I'm going to start to get a little bit more into thrifting and that just to keep my costs a little bit lower. But I like linens. I like sheet sets. I like baby blankets. That's my favorite thing to sell. But I sell figurines. I will tell you though, the most interesting thing I think I've ever sold on Poshmark, I do have my sale of the week, which is something different. I'll tell you that because that'll be a surprising for you guys too. I finally went through some of my rock boxes and it's like, am I really going to hang this picture of Judas Priest up on my wall?
Yes, you should.
Am I going to go back and look through this stuff? And I decided I'm not.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Rock boxes. Let's preface this. I was thinking you had boxes of like real rocks. You're talking about rock and roll.
Rock and roll boxes. Yeah. Metal, rock. Yeah.
Okay.
Boxes. I had all these circus magazines, Circus, Hit Parader, whatever. I'm not going to go back and look at these. If I want to look at a picture of Angus Young, I'm not going to go dig into this box. I'm going to go online and look at a picture. I mean, back then we didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
So
I'm struggling with that with like physical music. I have all these records. I'm like, I can just listen to it on my phone now. So I should probably gonna sell off my record collection.
there,
It's like,
yeah,
I
there
don't
are
need it
there are
anymore because I can listen on my phone if I really want to listen to these albums.
Yeah, I
I,
mean,
re-
it's
I, re-
during
I
the
really
wedding.
was thinking you had boxes of rocks that you
No.
were selling. I'm like, dude, really?
No, yeah, I mean, music was
A
in high
pet?
school.
You remember the pet rock back in the 70s, Mike? Remember that?
Yep.
That was huge. That dude
That's
made
it.
millions off of that.
We crazy.
That's the only toy you two had when you grew up, huh? A stick and a rock.
Sick of the rock.
And Hot Wheels.
And it kept us occupied for hours.
Yes. But anyway, I wadded up all my old circus magazines and put them up for, I don't know, $50, and somebody offered me 40. I mean, I sold it on Poshmark within 24 hours. Surplus circus magazines and
Wow.
Hip
Oh,
Break,
yeah.
Metal Mania.
Are you sharing every day? Like how many times a day do you? There's people that don't know about Poshmark is you have to share your closet, and
Yeah,
it's more kind of like a social media thing, like leaving comments and stuff like that helps the sales over there. Are you using a bot to do it, or are you manually doing it?
Yeah, every couple hours I do share my closet, but it's you literally push a button and then I just have to kind of scroll up my phone just to make sure each available listing is hit. You have to sort by available and then push the little button and then I just, I want to make sure to hit all the available listings. So, but
I think you can select all, but it will actually still push out everything that's sold. If you don't delete your sold listings, it'll push those out again. It's kind of weird.
Wow.
You sort by available.
Okay.
So I sort by available only, and then I hit it, and then I just switch up. It takes like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I just do that every couple hours.
You
I
guys
usually
might
do
as well
that.
be.
I do the same thing, but I'm sharing things that already sold on eBay, so they're not technically available because they already sold, and I just forget about the platform to go delete them over there.
Yeah, that's
Same
all
with Mercari.
Chinese. That's all
Literally, like
Chinese.
2 weeks ago, I deleted everything off Mercari because nothing was selling at Mercari anymore.
Yeah, I ain't gonna share my closet. That's
That's
crazy.
You don't want to share. You're still hiding in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that could go bad, Alex. That could be like when you coming out of the closet. No, it ain't like that, folks.
Exactly.
It is not. Come on now. You gotta help me out here, Mike. I'm getting buried in my own thoughts.
You're all men. That's
Gosh. Well, okay. So, your favorite thing to sell is bed sheets.
Yeah, I like I said, I do mostly RA and sheets and baby blankets are kind of my favorite thing to sell right now. Yeah.
I got some baby swaddles. I got baby swaddles.
Yeah, I've sold some swaddles. Yeah.
Yeah, I have like the packs of 5 of them that I used to sell on Amazon, but they did sell over on Poshmark. I think I still have a couple. I was looking for them.
What is swaddles? What is swaddles?
It's what you cuddle every night when you go to bed.
You just
and your blankie bear and your swaddle. I come over. Remember when I wrap you up and I tuck you in? I give you your little blankie.
I think okay, I get it. Like the Christmas thing, wrapped in swaddling clothes. What swaddling means? Like rags.
The baby. It's just a
when
little.
You have a baby, you wrap up.
Yeah.
You swaddle the baby. Yeah, blanket.
Okay. But the bottom is closed.
Okay.
He doesn't remember. Apparently, he doesn't remember. We swaddled him at the 127. So Ben, it's time to go night night. You've had too much fun, Ben. Put you in bed, and we swaddled you because you'd roll right out of bed if we didn't swaddle you.
Guys, I'm so old. I grew up with cloth diapers that my mother had to wash all the time. That's how old I am.
Sure.
I'm
sure mine
so she may have had me in swaddling something. I don't know what it is, but anyway, this has really gone off into left field. So let's pull it back in.
We're out in the weeds.
Swatting you.
We're in the weeds. We're in the weeds, as Mike says. We're in the weeds. All right. Well, what else you got, Alex?
Well, I brought us to the weeds, so I should stop talking.
Okay. Well, that's all right. But, okay, Mike,
bring it back.
It's been several weeks. I don't remember exactly when it was you were on the show last. How's your sales been? How did you finish fourth quarter?
Well, I was strong. I was strong there for a while. I once, like that 18th of December happened where people knew that, they weren't going to buy something and get it for Christmas.
Yeah.
My sales did fall off, as a lot of people's sales did fall off. And I have a little bit of I have to be honest, I have not been as diligent with listing. You know, I picked a good time. What happened was I fell into this YouTube rabbit hole. I mean, man, you know, it was so true. What people said that, you know, you get involved, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I just love it. I got so involved in developing this channel that, you know, my listings are falling off and everything. And I took the opportunity that the sales were off a little bit, and not that it's the right thing to do. If your sales are off, you stop listing. I'm not trying to portray that message, but I took advantage of the fact that the sales were off. I was doing something that was productive for myself as far as developing the channel. And, you know, to be honest, I got a little concerned about, wow, like, what am I, like, you know, throwing eBay in the trash now for the sake of this YouTube channel? And then I said to myself, well, you know what? The reason why I got into eBay, it was really just a hobby. It's not like, you know, thank God I don't need to, like, be successful on eBay to put food on my table. You know, I'm retired. I'm retired, and I'm doing it just to kind of give me an activity.
Yep.
And to engage in the community, which it certainly did that. And now I'm doing that with YouTube as well. And again, I've often said, I'm not looking to get monetized on the channel. I'm not interested in making money on the channel. I'm just doing the channel, again, to extend my opportunity to reach out to the community. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter now, you know, if I'm devoting my time to eBay or to YouTube, I'm getting what I want out of both experiences either way.
Yeah.
But I do want to be successful in eBay. So I got kind of back on track with, you know, with listing things. But Alex will tell you, we stay in touch as far as accountability, and my listing habits have been off a little bit.
Well, you brought up a big point. And really, guys, if you've been watching YouTube for years, like I've been doing, you know, even some of your biggest channels, massive subscriber numbers, massive views, and all of a sudden they're here today, gone tomorrow. It kind of speaks to, you know, what every podcast in this kind of a format, and it's not only in the reseller niche that you have shows start up, they go for a little while, they fizzle out, and then you have a change of personalities. What you said, Mike, is it's hard to, especially if you have a job, then you're doing reselling on the side, plus you're doing YouTube. It is hard to divide your attention equally to all those, because reselling to be successful is demanding of a ton of your time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not a lot of people, like you had mentioned, Mike, not a lot of people have aspirations to get monetized and make income off of their shows. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you have that end goal of you want to make a living from YouTube video, it requires total domination of your time. You look at some of these biggest channels, you know, some of the ones that I watch, they upload daily without fail, 7 days a week, 365. So the big thing is, and we've talked about this, Alex, before, that if you're in reselling and you get amped up about wanting to start YouTube, you better understand, if you want to be successful at both, what kind of a time commitment you're getting yourself into. Even with me, you know, on my Rocky Top Picker channel, I've not put out a video in a couple months. This show is taking my focus, which I'm fine with, because this show is the only thing that I've done consistent for over a year. So, Mike, I'm like you. It got to where, you know, my listing goes down because I'm doing this over here, or whatever the other activities are.
Yeah.
I think I'm going almost about to hit a month on Beard King without a video.
Yeah.
But,
so
it does take a commitment and involvement. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not willing to put in the hours. I mean, when I was an electrician, in my younger days, I put in 8, 10, 12, 15 hours a day. Since I've been doing eBay, I've been putting in 6, 8, 10 hours a day consistently. Now I'm still putting in 6, 8, 10 hours a day on my YouTube channel. You know, it's not like I'm goofing off or anything. It's just a matter of I'm shifting my efforts, and it's new, it's novel. It requires a little bit of an upstart, and all, and I realized that, you know, there's a lot to do, making the contacts, setting up the information for the you know, for the meetups, having the interviews. Like today, telling Alex, I was on the phone. I listed 2 things. I was on the phone and texting all day. I set up a couple. We're going to be on another podcast next week. I set up the first interview with Corey, Grams and Pops, and Alicia Picker to interview them for the Planes of Profit. You know, and it's busy times, and I love doing it. You know, I love doing it. At this point, like I said, it's requiring a little bit more of my time, but I'm not losing sight of the overall picture. I mean, I kind of a reseller at heart as well. So it's a balance. It's a balance as well.
Well, we can still push each other, Mike. We have the little accountability group going on. So we still put in what we're going to list every day. Like, listing comes before YouTube, though. If you're doing it full time, you need to put reselling before YouTube.
Yeah.
Unless you're making money on YouTube. I'm not. So I didn't edit a video this week again because I've been listening, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to put your attention to what pays you.
Yeah.
And
see, I'm fortunate that I don't have to, that's not a concern of mine. I don't have to get paid on either one.
You know, there's some reselling channels that I was an avid viewer of that were fairly big, but life situations after texting them and saying, "Hey, missing your shows, where you at?" You know, they've been very transparent. They say, "Well, you know, my kids have gotten into sports and I'm finding I have less time to do videos, or their job situation changes and it requires more of their time." So there's lots of reasons, you know, why people have to step away. It's a fun thing to do, but there again, the majority of YouTubers, and I'm just speaking for me, it's a small number, wouldn't you agree, guys, that make a living from doing these videos? I mean, it's a small number in scope worldwide, right? Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
So
I can think of just a handful that are doing it right now, you know. People like Harry Tornado, you know, he makes money. But other than that, you know, it's few and far between.
It comes down to time management. And I've said this over on my channel. I think I did a show early last year about managing your time. And it's a challenge for a lot of people, including myself. So, but kudos to everybody that's out here in the grind and hustling, side hustling like Mary. My Lord, you get more irons in the fire. That tends to happen in this business, though.
Mary, Mary, do you have like a listing schedule for those platforms? Are you trying to hit a certain goal every day or a week of how many items you're listing or an amount?
Right now, I don't. That would be a goal for this year, though. I've been a little bit more focused on the promoting of the channel, you know, the promoting of the Mike Metco meetups.
I work her like a dog. She's busy all day posting on Instagram and on Facebook. She does not stop.
And you know, over Christmas, you know, my fam, you know, I have my sisters in town, and you know, my kids and my grandkids are here, and so I've kind of fallen off a little bit with the listing lately also, but it would be a good idea to have a daily listing goal for sure. But right now I do not have one. No, there are some days I'll list 20 items, and then I might not even list and be able to list anything the next day, just with whatever's going on, because of whatever's going on, you know?
Yeah. I'm so serious this holiday season. I was so serious. I told no family can come visit me. It's literally the busiest part of the year as a reseller is, you know, Christmas time. So no family can visit me during these times anymore. You got to come during. You want to spend Christmas? It's in summertime now with me.
Christmas in July.
When it's slow, you can come visit.
All right. Well, let's move on, guys. I know we want to get to some of these show segments before we leave you, and let's do this one. The sale of the week, ladies and gentlemen. The sale of the week. What do we have?
We have a Beard King that's only been doing the show for about a year. He's still unprepared. I don't have one. Let me find one real quick. I found one. Amazon. I don't know if this is technically the sale of the week, but it's what I clicked on. $44.99. Rick Stevens, Scandinavian and Northern European some sort of book. I can't even read the whole title on Amazon, so that's what I sold on Amazon.
Okay.
I can't find the product.
All right. Here's what I had. This is I bought this at the 127. This is that iRobot Roomba roaming vacuum cleaner. Y'all know those, right? Where it goes and docks itself and then it just runs on its own and bumps into things and changes directions. Anyway, I got that for about $10. And man, that's so small. I can't really read it. Anyway,
Did you
about
clean your house?
$32 after fees and taxes out.
Did you test it first? So you like
I-
vacuumed your house with it first?
I did. Well, let me tell you what. I plugged it up, let it charge up, and then I let it clean my floor in here in the shop. But, and let me tell you what, I was packing that thing last night and I thought I better clean out the little storage compartment so I don't get all my loose hair that's fell on the floor and all that kind of junk. So, yeah.
I said,
All right. Who's next? What you got?
Yeah, Mary.
Oh, me. Oh, okay. I just have a picture pulled up on my phone, so I don't.
Yes, put it up there.
Okay. So this was on Poshmark. This is something else I got out of my box of things that I knew I was not ever going to hang up. So if you can see, these are some AC/DC tapestries from the 80s.
Nice.
So somebody bundled those with all my fair mirrors. You see, they're all AC/DC. The AC/DC was life in high school, I have to tell you. Like there was nothing besides AC/DC in high school. And then one of my concert shorts. And somebody bundled those. So there was basically no cost of goods because it was just sitting in a box. And so these
So those were those carnival mirrors you used to get when you go to carnivals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
And so he bundled this lot. He bundled the two listings for $100, and so I made 80, and it was just sitting in my closet. So I'll take it.
Sell what you have. Sell what you have. That's right. All right, Mike, what you got?
All right, this is a water filter
Nice.
that I got. I bought 4 of them for like $20 a piece. I just sold the last one last week for $162. And I want to give a little pro tip on this, and I want to shout out to Dominic. Mary had mentioned Dominic, Primetime Treasure Hunter, earlier, and he was one of the first people that I watched on YouTube as well. And he taught me something that's very invaluable because he goes to a lot of estate sales, and he says, you go to estate sales and they're selling Mickey Mouse memorabilia and clocks and all that fancy stuff in the living room. Forget all that stuff. That stuff's all overpriced. The estate sale people, or even if it's a private sale, they're pushing all that stuff. Go down to the basement. First thing he taught me, go down to the basement and see what they got. And sure enough, in this case, I went down to the basement, and not only you go down to the basement, but you open up the closet doors. They were like, closet doors that were closed. I opened them up. I saw 4 of these filters, and I was going to get them really for like a big score. This one guy I didn't know was going to sell them to me like for $5, and I knew there was value in there because I took a picture, and they were worth over $100 a piece. He said, "Wait, let me get the owner. He knows about this," and the owner knew the value of it. And I ended up paying $20 each for them. Like I think I bought 4 of them. I was glad to pay it because stuff like that are essentials. It's a fixed market. You have to find your buyer. These things are like discontinued.
Put that picture back up on the screen, Mike,
Sure.
if you would, please.
Sure.
Let's look at this again because I have an interesting little anecdote on that little deal. Yeah, that's a filter from Amway.
Amway filter, yeah, and they haven't made them for years, and I'm sure there's a couple of systems still in play. And you can't get them.
Interesting story. I used to be an Amway distributor years ago in my younger years.
Wow.
Selling, marketing, right?
Well, let me tell you something though. I used to put on the suit. I'd go into the living rooms with my dry erase board, and I would show the plan. That's what they called it. You show the plan. And I got a lot of public speaking experience because we would have meetings at hotel conference rooms, and there'd be 50 or 60 in there, and I'd show the plan, and I'd sign up a bunch. Dude, I used to do all that stuff, make good money over the years, different things. And last one I did was Free Life. It was the Himalayan goji juice. I did that.
I thought you sold the Kirby vacuums.
No, I never did do Kirby door to door. I didn't do that. But yeah, man, when I was in Free Life and sold Himalayan goji, I won free trips. I went to Maui and I went to Acapulco, and I mean, at one time I had about 330 people in my network where my organization grew. It was a great experience, talking to people and speaking in front of others and presenting things and
Yeah,
basically selling them.
a lot of structure to those organizations because they know how to do it. They teach you. It's invaluable experience. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Like
Yeah.
you said, you learn public speaking. You learn how to really, it's a business model that's like pretty much, is tough to beat because they've like worked it and they've tuned it to like something that really is sellable. So you can really, get some good experience getting involved with it.
Now, Alex, I believe you had a new just for this show, right? A new segment.
Why I got up, I was scrambling to find something to show to Mary. I can't find it because I was going through all my CDs, and we had a conversation in like maybe 2 episodes about Lords of Chaos.
Yes,
the documentary. I read the book Lords of Chaos, but I found the CD Lords of Chaos. So I was going to show it to you, but I can't find it. But I did find it on eBay. It's a double disc Lords of Chaos, so it has all the bands from that. It's a music, like a black metal music documentary. So there's a lot of satanic things in it and church burning and all crazy stuff in that documentary. But yes, I do have the offensive find of the week. So
I don't have a graphic for that, folks. That's how new this is.
It kind of ties into the Lords of Chaos here. So if you get offended, you can leave all your messages at rockytoppicker@gmail.com. So if you're upset and your feelings get hurt, you could leave the messages over there and Ben will handle that for me. So I found this at the Goodwill bins. This is a book, but it is by the Satanic Temple presents Goodnight Baphomet. So the Satanic Temple is a satanic church organization, and this is actually a children's book that they wrote and sell on their website. Goodnight Baphomet. So I know people will be offended. My wife's going to be offended that I decided to show this book.
I got to put a disclaimer. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, the Reseller Locker Room and its participants do not condone nor convey that you should purchase this book.
Look at the artwork in this book.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's a satanic thing, and they put it out for children. So satanic parents can tuck their kids in at bed with the devil.
These next 2 segments, I'm going to go ahead and poll you guys if we're going to do these or not. Does anybody have a pitiful sale of the week? Mary's got one.
I always have those.
Oh, we're going to it. Pitiful sale of the week. Let's go, Mary. You got it.
Okay. Well, when you do RA, oftentimes you can get duplicates. So I actually have a duplicate. I already shipped it, but so I used to buy socks, and certain socks sold pretty well, but now I really don't buy them anymore. So these are old. These are Friends socks. So the other ones, I like I said, I already shipped. My cost was $5.79. Oh, they sold for $9. My cost was $5.79. My fees were $2.95, and I made 26 cents. And I'm hoping to make at least that much on these.
Wow.
Good luck.
So 26
all in one place.
Beat it, boys. Beat that one.
Oh, my
A
God.
little bit.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, let's. I don't have one. Y'all, you got one, Mikey?
I got one, yep.
All right, hold up. Let me get you up here.
This was such a cool item. I don't know what happened. These cute little dainty ornaments, right?
Lead crystal.
Little martini glass or champagne glass, great for this time of year. But anyway, I think I might have started them off higher, but I ended up selling it for $10.99 with free shipping. So after all was said and done, I made $1.40.
Woo!
So there you go. I got you beat, Mary.
Nice. Alex.
So I didn't sell any toys on eBay this year during Christmas time, which is very surprising. But
Yeah, really.
Last week I sold 2 figurines. So here's actually one of the figurines I sold. It's Mummies Alive from 1997. Let's see if we can get that to focus. It sold for $4.21.
Nice. Yeah, baby.
That's just something I picked up at the bins. But I found it weird that none of the toys sold this year.
Well,
And
this is
before
turning
I-
into a competition. I got to find something now.
Well, I used to only sell toys like when I only did eBay during Q4 because I was selling Amazon full time, and I'd only put toys up during Q4. And then I still were picking them throughout the year, and I listed them, and none of them sold except after Christmas. Now they're selling.
Wow.
So,
All
Just
right.
never know.
I don't want to be left out, so here's mine. This is a Max Payne for Xbox game disc only. $4.99 plus ship after fees, taxes, and all that jargon. $4.67.
that's just
Woo!
disc
Way to go.
only.
Disc only. Disc only for that.
Do you buy the cases like in case that
Well,
happens a lot?
you know, it's just like when you buy CDs or you buy a lot of video games.
Mhm.
You know, you have like a back source of those jewel cases to stick
Yeah.
some in. I did buy some paper sleeves to just put some of the disc onlys that when I buy in bulk, I can
Yeah.
throw them in those. But this one already had a little case with it, so
It's like
I
I have
was-
a huge CD collection, but I threw away all the cases years ago, which I regret now because I could sell them on Amazon because I'm ungated in them now. But I don't know
Yeah.
if they're worth my time listing them and putting them just in a paper sleeve or something.
yeah,
I mean, I have thousands of like metal CDs and stuff.
cool. All right, did anybody do a stupid reselling mistake we need to discuss?
I didn't
Hmm.
have one.
Oh yeah. Wait, I got.
Oh,
Let's
you
take the
got
bullet this week.
boom right there. It is stupid reseller mistake of the week.
I sold a book for $5, and when I went to go pull the order, here's the book. I scanned the
Hold
barcode,
on.
and
Let me get it.
what?
Let me get it. Hold on. There you go.
It's this book, $5.06. It average sale on Amazon is $40, but I sold it for $5 on
Oh.
eBay.
Sold it quick, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's been listed in eBay for a very long time.
At $5.
I just keep dropping the price. When I relist it, I drop the price. And then I scanned it and I'm like, it's $40 is the buy box on Amazon right now. I almost canceled the order and send it to Amazon, but I just sent it off. So I'm sure it's a Amazon seller, you know, doing some eBay to Amazon flips.
You know what they
Oh,
say, a sale is a sale, right, Alex?
Yeah, that one kind of hurt though. That's a big difference.
well, we come to that time in the show that we want to thank our paid members to the locker room, two of which are joining us right now in this show. So, Alex, while I'm going over these, will you find us a comment of the week to read, please, sir?
Well, no, we always have 3 people on the show, and that person left, and that was their job to look up the comments. And now they're not here, so we do not even read the comments anymore. I apologize until we get a third person to read the comments.
Oh, wow. Really? That's new. I didn't know that.
Me either. I just thought of it. I'm like, why am I doing it? It's not my job.
Okay. MVP members, Mr.
I'll
Mike up here, so graciously joining us for a second time. And then Keith, Vintage Sports Flips, which, by the way, Keith will be joining us here in the locker room in what date do we have Keith listed for, Alex? Coming up before the end of the month. And then we want to
I can only do one thing at a time, Ben.
thank, yeah, he can't multitask. But anyway, Rick and Marilyn, we want to thank our MVP members. It's $4.99 a month. You get early access to the weekly show as well as backstage footage when we film it. And then next, the Skybox members, $9.99 a month. We want to thank Chad, Wolfman Goodies. He's got a great YouTube channel. Check him out. Trash Pack Cash Podcast. You know the 3 amigos over there. Flipping for Laughs. Miss Mary joining us here on the show. Good Water Pickers on YouTube. Captain Morgan Riverboat Adventures. And our man, Jefferson Benz from the Pocket Change Reselling Podcast. Go check out all those YouTube channels and hit the subscribe and tell them the locker room sent you.
Shout out to Ben's real quick. He did send me this hat right here. So shout out to him, to Pocket Change. Hopefully we're going to have those guys come on the show, him and Joel, soon.
I got this from Jefferson today, and I think he told me he was sending it because it reminded him of me, I guess, with the bandana deal. It's a hard rock. It's pretty cool.
It looks like you a little bit, Ben.
Yeah.
It does.
So
He don't have any eyeballs under there, though. There ain't no. But Jefferson, thank you so much, man. I just got it. Appreciate you.
Aw.
Corey did leave a message. Says, sounds like the Nashville meetup just got an upgrade. Wish we could make it. Sounds like a great time. I'm going to argue that. I don't know if the Nashville meetup, since we're involved in it, it might have got a little bit of downgrade. So I apologize to the Nashville Flippers.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be cool. Could I make a little pitch for
Yeah.
the locker room in the Nashville meetup?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Now, I think that it was very unique and a lot of fun that you had sponsored the bowling tournament, at the 127, and that was cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now you're kind of doing a similar thing with just a little bit of a different venue, but it's so appropriate. What they're going to do is they are going to sponsor an event at a vintage arcade.
Yeah.
Where,
Game
like,
Channel.
right? You can give more of the details, Alex, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun, like the old Pac-Man and pinball machines and everything. And
Yeah, so
this will be like a
it's
great
the-
place. So that's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of fun.
it's a game terminal, so all the machines are free, like Centipede, all the stuff we grew up playing is all completely free. And then they have vintage pinballs, which cost maybe like 50 cents to $1. Full bar. They should probably have a live performance going on Friday night too. So it's a really cool
If
place.
nothing else, come just for that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have a hang time there, a meet up there, so to speak, to come and hang out. Starting to believe, Alex, at 5 o'clock. Is that right?
Yes, we're gonna leave the bins and then we can head straight over the Goodwill bins. There's like 5-10 minutes from that arcade, so
Yeah.
we go straight from the bins over there if we want to.
And
Or you'll have time to go back and hang out. But it's
And I
open all
bel-
night.
I believe to 1 a.m. Right?
Yeah, it's open till I think it's open till like 2 or 3. I think.
Okay. So what we thought we would do, Mike and Mary, is when we start that little deal at the game terminal at 5.
Yeah.
We'd planned on being there for as long as people want to hang out and, have a drink, play games, do whatever, because they have beer pong in this nice outdoor space.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And for those that don't want to go downtown on Broadway at 8 o'clock, they don't want to get down there and pay $50 to park and walk around down there. You could hang out with us, at the game terminal. So we're looking forward to that.
A lot of options. There's a lot of different things to do. The whole venue is packed with like some fun and cool activities.
Absolutely.
So definitely, and I'm
So many activities.
I'm the meetup guy. You can just read my title there, so I have to like advocate for all the meetups. But it will be a good time. And Ray, I have not met him personally, but I've had the opportunity to chat with him a couple of times on the phone, and he is a gentleman. He really is a nice guy.
No, Ray's a really good guy.
Good
That's
guy.
why I really wanted to be involved with it. I know Ray's really on top of the event.
Yeah, he's
way ahead
super
of schedule.
excited.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll get Ray to come back on here once we get everything dialed in exactly what's going on, and we'll have Ray come on and go over everything again.
Yeah, he'll be on our show as well. We'll give him the pitch, give him the interview, and have him get the word out.
Well, before we started the show, I was telling Alex that I don't have anything for our newest segment, the Community Huddle, but however, I do, and I will read it from my phone rather than having a slide. So Community Huddle, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, comments, stories, or something that's happened in your reselling business, let us know down below in the comments, and we would love to read those, and one of them might be selected to be read here on the show. That's the Community Huddle right here in the locker room. And this person writes the following. You sell something new with tags, and it's returned with the tags removed, but still in the package that was shipped back. How much would you deduct from the refund? How about Mary? What would you do in that case?
Well, I assume this person's talking about eBay.
It sounds like an Amazon deal. Dang.
Oh, Amazon?
No, it's eBay, but it sounds like something that would happen on Amazon.
Yeah, it's an eBay situation.
I would think. I mean, I know if you're a top rated seller, you can. There are times you can deduct 50% because you can now no longer sell it as new with tags, and that can decrease the value a lot.
Yeah. Question is how much of it would you deduct from the refund? And I know there's not a lot of information, but we don't know how much the item was. But if you were thinking of a percentage, if you sold something with tag and it was returned to you without tag, how much of a percentage of a markdown would you do to relist?
Yeah, I was thinking 50. That's what I thought is kind of the common thing that people talk about.
All right.
Oh, you're talking about relisting it then, Ben? So what would we relist it at if the tag's gone? Or are you giving like a you're talking about giving the return money back to the customer?
Okay. If you sold an item new with tags, they open a return, you get the return back, and the tags have been removed, but it's still in the package. How much would you deduct in their refund to the buyer?
Well,
Because the tag has been
how do they take the tag off if it's still in the package?
Well, you can't just think of it in clothes, because a tag could be a
I'm just thinking
sticker
in
on a
clothes.
box.
Yeah.
A tag could be a sticker on a box. You know, how much would you deduct?
I have no idea. No reductions, no substitutions.
What do you say, Mike?
I would take advantage of that eBay refund tool where you're allowed to take up to 50% of the original listed price, because I mean that's kind of like a good number, because I think in general, if you were to relist that item, it could possibly lose its value by 50%, and even if it's 30 or 40%, I think you have the latitude to take that full 50% for your time and your trouble, and having to list it again and send it out again.
Yeah,
So
and dealing with a refund. Yeah,
I think 50 is fair. I mean, the original buyer has to understand that they did not follow the eBay policy in returning it in the condition that it was, and they would be expecting to have some kind of a deduction made.
Good point.
And if you're going to go through the trouble of even going through all of that, go for it sounds hard, like a hard tack to take, but take advantage of the full amount and deduct the 50%, because eBay will back you up. They'll back you up on that 50%.
Yeah, absolutely. Thought that was a pretty good one.
Would the item really lose? It depends on what type of item it is. When the resell it again, you might still be able to get all of the money back again.
Yeah.
If you're just talking about a little sticker, but if it's clothing and it's like new with tags, you can't list it as new with tags again. If it's still in the original box and they just removed a sticker or whatever,
yeah,
then you could still sell it as new in box.
Yeah. So some of these questions that I source, they're not some are super specific, and they're like a chapter long, and I don't want to take that much time to do it.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of variables sometimes on these questions that we don't know all the variables to. Of course,
it's subjective. The conditions are different from sales.
I got one more for you. This person says they receive so many cancellation requests. Why are these buyers doing that? They place an order, then 2 minutes later they cancel. Some people paid, and then they turn around and cancel. What's your take on when people do that? Why do you think they do that?
Well, I'll feel that. I think that's eBay's doing, because on the purchase page, you'll have the buyer will have made that purchase already, and right below that, eBay's offering 20 different similar items for a reduced price. Now the buyer buys it, hadn't had the opportunity to see all that advertising, but then a second later they'll see the item identical to yours at like a reduced price, and they just cancel it and buy it new. So I hold eBay accountable for that in a lot of cases.
I remember, Mike, when they rolled that out, I was furious, and I still am. And when you think of it from the eBay side of things, what do you think the whole purpose in allowing that or putting forth that feature? What does eBay gain from that, you think?
Well, I mean, if from the point of view of now they're going to lose that sale and have it sold again at a reduced price, and their final value fee is reduced, it doesn't seem to make sense, because they're losing money just like we're losing money.
Exactly.
But eBay very seldom does things that seem, from the seller's point of view, to make any kind of sense at all.
Yeah.
But I think if you keep in mind that one of eBay's most important considerations is the buyer experience. That's why they side with the buyer a lot, and that's why they'll offer a buyer an opportunity to buy something that was already sold at a reduced price to keep the buyers happy. I mean, they definitely side, they side with the buyers. Whatever they can do in that capacity, even though it may not seem to be fair or make sense from our point of view, they're going to do. Because
they're pushing the item that they probably put higher promotion on it too.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
There's always
That-
a lot of always
That happened to me twice this week. Someone bought it and then they canceled it and they said, "Sorry, I found it at a better price." That's the message
Yeah.
they leave me 2 times.
See,
Yeah.
you know, see the buy. It's the buyers from eBay's point of view are so important. Without the buyer, you have no platform. Now you could say without the sellers, you have no platform as well. But you can always get, new sellers coming in. So we are not as valuable a commodity to eBay as the buyers, because the buyers are the ones that are really financing the whole show. They're putting the money down to purchase the items,
Right.
regardless of how many different sellers are involved. So they cater to the buyers.
All right. Looking at the game clock, ladies and gentlemen, we're an hour and 5 minutes into this broadcast, and it has been so much fun having both of you guys here. Mary, real quickly, we want to give you an opportunity to share a last word. If you want to share your social media, if you want to share your closet, now's the time you can do it.
Well, thank you guys for having us on. This has been a blast. And yeah, I will say that we're on Mike's, we're on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. It's just all, Mike Metco meetups. So if anybody wants to follow us, that would be great. And yeah, I've just been posting the different meetups that are coming up and, different speakers and so on.
Mary,
Awesome.
what is your Poshmark account called so people can go over there and support you, maybe buy something from you?
Oh,
There you
thanks.
go.
It's a Gold Crusher Girl.
Gold Crusher Girl.
Gold, GOAL.
All right, I'll have to follow you over there.
Gold Crusher Girl. Oh, thanks.
Don't buy
Gold.
anything from my closet because it might not
Gold,
be
yeah,
available.
gold.
Go.
Yeah, that
Gold,
wasn't
not
the goal
gold.
I had in mind, but yeah, because this Thursday and this Friday, yeah, go Irish, go Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
All right.
Wait,
Mike, hold on.
Ben, you sure you don't want to share your closet? You still want to hide in it? This is
Yeah,
your
I'm gonna stay.
opportunity now. We're giving you the opportunity. Okay.
I abstain. All right, Mikey, share your information. Anything you'd like to share here real quick?
Just to let you know that our next appearance, we've been really on this tour of all the different podcasts, and it's great that everyone's been supporting us and getting us along, helping us out. Our next appearance will be next Thursday at Buck Mountain Barnes channel. I think it's 7:00 on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 7:00. It's a live, so come and visit us there if you have the opportunity. And thanks, Ben and Alex, always for all your support. And particularly thanks for having us on tonight.
Thank you guys for your support and support of the whole reselling community. So we appreciate
Absolutely. You know what you two are doing, what kind of road you're forging through the community is well needed in what you're getting ready to embark on, and it's going to be a joy watching you guys grow into this experience. And man, I cannot wait to see you guys in Nashville.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll have a good time there.
All right, Alex, you ready to go, bud?
Yep, I'm ready.
Yep. I'm done. We got nothing, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Reseller Locker Room. This is episode, what are we? 64. That's right.
Do we have outro music or we get that?
We do not.
Too? What?
Sit there and hum.
You know the words?
All right, guys, check us out every Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here in the Reseller Locker Room podcast. We can't wait to see you right back here next week.
Later.
Bye.